Yeah, happy Thursday, happy Thursday. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden.
I can hear you. I can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay,
You
cool.
good. You sound
All right.
lovely.
Okay, cool. What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday, happy Thursday. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. We got an awesome show planned tonight. And tonight's subject matter is something we talk about a lot on the show. But what I feel is one of the most detrimental things with a lot of people that go into business. But it's also kind of like a necessity thing. But I want to talk about it because the reason why I say it's so detrimental is because what caused a lot of people, once they get into business, to quickly go out of business.
Okay.
And what we're talking about tonight is stop trying to do everything in your business. Stop trying to do everything in your business.
Guilty.
You know, what most entrepreneurs are, and the reason being is because, and we'll discuss a lot of the factors that lead to it and ways to overcome it. But a lot of times we'll get into it and we have our vision.
That's it.
How we want our business to be. And when we even try to talk to people, people don't match our vision. They don't match our passion. They don't match our loyalty. And they don't match, the actual skin in the game, the financial piece that we have in it. So what happens is people forget they only got 2 arms, 2 legs, and 24 hours in a day.
Right.
And that usually to the extent of the commitment you can have to your business.
Mm-hmm.
Put in there that you might got a job or other kind of commitment set up. You can only do so much.
That's true.
So what we're going to talk about tonight is, why stop trying to do everything in your business. You can do anything, but you can't do everything.
Right.
And I think that's one of the big pieces. A lot of people, when they get into business, they try to do everything and they always come back and blow up in their face. Again, it's the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. But the main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel, where we have over 1,400 videos covering business operations, business finance, business management, and we have an active grant playlist with over 150 different grant opportunities at any given time. We just released the I think it's $15,000 grant, small business grant for women. We released that this morning. I also have 2 consecutive other grants going out. We also have the September 2025 small business grant list. So guys, go to your YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, subscribe to the channel, take advantage of all the great information that we have. In addition, like even the grant videos, right? But I just want to bring that up. We'll talk about that again at the end of the show. I mentioned we'll be streaming live there. Guys, feel free to call in. The call-in number is 678 740-9894. And that's 678-740-9894. Feel free to call in. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brothers? Another great Thursday.
Shit, Lab. You see I'm damn getting a brain
cramp. I see. You know how it is. You be hustling and grinding there every day. You just sometimes you got to take a minute and pause. So it's all good.
I appreciate it. Also, like, to be honest with you, the subject matter tonight, what we're talking about, real talk, is something that I talk about a lot. I know how impactful it is with entrepreneurs because I hate to see people have so much enthusiasm about starting something and they crumble up because of something they did. A lot of times we say, man, the economy, this, didn't work out, whatever. But people forget, that the limitations that they have as an individual. Like I said, 2 arms, 2 legs, and 24 hours in a day.
That's right.
That's your cap.
That's right.
Right, and you being unrealistic about it, because we ain't through in the other things, i.e. your job, i.e. your family. You know what I mean? And those kind of things take half of that time away.
That's right.
The availability.
That's right.
And far too often people get into something that they think they can handle, but they really can't. But we're gonna talk about it tonight. Also, what's up to my other producer, Slick 316. What's up, Rick?
What's going on?
Yeah, man. One big shout before I get it running my mouth. Man, big shout out to everybody came out Monday to the 100 Black Men in South Metro. We had our Southern Crest 25th annual. Yeah.
I saw you in your shirt. I saw your picture in your shirt.
Yeah.
What you are golfing?
Oh hell no. I'm treasurer.
Okay.
So I don't get to play or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Man. But we had a great turnout, great awesome fundraiser. But I do want to say I appreciate everybody supporting us. Yeah, that's 100 Black Men in South Metro. We had our 25th annual golf tournament, and this weekend, this Saturday, we're having our first health and wellness fair.
Mhm.
That's gonna be right on Old National. It's gonna be at Old National where grown folks at. The grown
Mm.
folk location. We're partnering with the Old National Bid Merchant Corporation
Mhm.
Bureau
Mhm.
and City of South Fulton.
Okay.
We're partnering them, but also with Morehouse School of Medicine. We're going to be screening at least 500 people.
Okay.
500 people.
Okay.
For different, but we got all kind of different things going on. That's going to be this Saturday, September 20th. Is that right?
20th. Yeah.
Yeah, September 20th. Free. It's
What time?
Free. It's from 9 to 2. 9 to 2. Right on Old National in College Park. But it's free for everybody. All kind of health screenings. We're gonna have all kind of dignitaries, entertainers, and all that kind of stuff like that.
Right.
But you can definitely go. You can check out my Instagram and also the YouTube. Get more information about that. But definitely, if you're in the Atlanta area, just swing by that Saturday morning. Plenty of food, music, good people, and everything like that. Like I say, and we want to just, brothers, sisters too.
Right.
We got a lot of screening, but we got a lot of screening out there. So definitely, guys, if you're doing that this weekend, swing on by Saturday morning. Man.
Okay.
Check us out. But going to today's topic, man.
Put that information in the chat.
Huh?
Mrs. Radio in the chat.
Okay, cool, cool.
So
I don't have a link to it, man.
But just the information where it's gonna be and what time.
Yeah.
They want to come, they can come.
It's right on Old National, man. At grown folks location. You can Google it. So I don't know that, and I apologize. But
okay, I'll put it in there.
But definitely. But you I got the flyers all over my social media.
Okay.
On Instagram. So definitely, man. If you don't mind, please reshare it for it. But it's tonight's topic we're talking about. Stop trying to do everything in your business. Far too often, a lot of people get caught into it. Like you just said, by your own admission, and I've done it too before.
Right.
And to be honest with you, shout out to my Uncle Charles Burden, one of my main mentors. On Burden Funeral Home and B&P Bonding. I remember about 15 years ago, I'm sitting in his office on that bullshit, like trying to do this, trying to do that. He said, "Pooch," he laid a damn dollar on the table, and he said, "That dollar right there is just a dollar. He got so much damn potential, but he can't do shit unless you put some motion behind it. But you got to be realistic about what you can do with that dollar yourself." Right. And he was just sitting there just rapping with me because he seen me being a manager, owner, advertiser, dreamer, all this bullshit. Right. And he's just like, man, you'll never be able to make the money you can make until you have people out there working for you. Okay. And that stuck with me, like it had the capacity. That's when I started the whole concept of having the people the tax preparation, just that whole global army. I was just saying, look, I do this, we do the 60-40 split. I give you 60, I keep 40. But now I got all these people out here working for me, and I ain't doing nothing. Okay. Right. The money coming in. The money coming in. Right. And I wasn't doing nothing but just facilitating the environment. All right. And that just stuck. And that's why I got that concept with doing it. Same thing what I've done with everything else, with people just sitting there working for me, getting a commission. And I'm glad I had that conversation with him, because far too often, what happened with people have a problem with making money with lab or making money with somebody else. And see, at the end of the day, when you start talking business, we start talking about scaling and growing. If me and Lab got a deal going on, and I done paid for the equipment, but Lab doing most of the work, and I made a one-time purchase of the equipment. Right. DJ Lab doing most of the work. But Lab, look, I do a 70-30 split. You keep 70, I get 30. I'm getting 30 in Infinity. I done made that first 30. They'll cover the initial equipment. Right. But I'm getting 30 in Infinity as long as Lab doing it. And Lab like, okay, I'm doing the work, getting most of the money. Right. And so now I'm more motivated. And here's the key. Because of my time constraints that ain't involved, that 30% is bigger than 100% if I was working by myself. But so often people want to get all the damn money and do everything, and you really hurting yourself because you can't do anything. Right. You try to shuffle in. I'm gonna go do work on it after I get off my job. I gotta take the kids to practice. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take my old lady out, and you only have so much time. Right. And so that 100% that I have that I might get, it's gonna be so small. Right. But that 30%, because I probably with Lab, is 3 or 4 times with that. Because you ain't getting up early, you sitting back, the money just come. What they say, rich folks make money while they sleep. That's why you sleep. But that's the thing about it. And you gotta be realistic about that. But when you get in your feelings and you want to be so damn naive or selfish, however you want to look at it, y'all gonna hold yourself back because at the end of the day, you can only do so much.
Right.
And that's why I want to have these conversations because when you try to do that, and I understand the root of it, we'll talk about that.
Right.
But when you try to do that, you ain't doing that but hurting yourself. You ain't doing that but hurting yourself when you trying to grow, right?
Do you think you slow? I was just about to say, do you think you slow your progress in that particular business you're trying to start as well? Do you slow your growth opportunities doing everything because you may can't partner with somebody, you may can't scout another area that may be more profitable, so because you're stuck here?
How can you grow if you're doing everything?
Right.
Because typically, if you're doing everything, you're at capacity, right?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
You know, I'm always max out with me.
Mm-hmm.
So look, you know, the max I can do is 50,
Mm-hmm.
right, by myself.
Right.
How can I grow?
I got it.
Either I'm have more people or some kind of equipment and machine to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no way around it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's just capacity.
That's true.
That's some of that supply chain grad school stuff, right? But you know, those, you know, and I get it. We'll call that a lot of times. That's what we're going to discuss. And tonight we're talking about stop trying to do everything in business. So we asked why entrepreneurs try to do everything, right? We'll go through a couple reasons why entrepreneurs. And guys, please feel free to call. Because I want to just talk to you guys. Like, so if you have your in business, potentially thinking about going in business, or if you tried to be in business and you try to do certain things, you're like, man, I strung myself out or whatever, call, share your story, or ask your question. Feel free to call in 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. So we say, you know, why do people do that? One of the first ones is, you know, and I think probably the main one is control issues. Feel that no one else will do it the same as they can. And, you know, perfectionism. You know, if it's not done my way, it's wrong. You know, they're just having that control.
Guilty. I have a bad habit of seeing things, and then I see things down the line. Like my problem is I don't focus on the one thing that's right in front of me. I'm focusing on that one thing and how it could be better with other 5 things that could be better as well. So I'll be guilty of that. And then I get frustrated because you try to explain it or try to tell people how you see it, and it's your vision and your description is not coming out like you see. So it becomes a problem. I just start saying, well, no, I just do it myself. Because I know what I want, but me explaining it to you or how to do it is a little bit more different.
Let me ask you a question with that. You know, it's funny, I just had a conversation with a client, and we were discussing some things in regards to just with the taxes and you know, potentially if they want to, you know, get certain fundings, you know, in the future. Are you impatient with how people receive your message? And what I mean by that, just say if you explain it, and people ain't getting it, not clear enough, but quick enough.
No, it's not that.
That makes sense what I'm asking.
I get exactly what you're saying.
Okay.
It's not that. When I'm trying to explain something to somebody, especially when it comes to how to do the podcast and how to stream and all that, it's not that I'm frustrated that because they're not learning it quick enough. I'm frustrated because I'm not explaining it good enough.
Okay.
I have a bad habit of not being able to explain what I'm doing because, to be honest with you, a lot of times I'm doing it or I'm learning it as I go. I got it down pat a little bit now, but even now, sometimes I'm looking at stuff going, oh, I wonder what does that do? Why that's like that? So it's not that I have it drilled down to where I can explain to you how it's going to go step by step. I can explain to you to a certain point, but even me explaining that sometimes gets muddled in my head.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? The person I'm explaining it to may be picking it up quick, but to me, I'm not explaining it to the point to where I feel like they're going to do it like I feel like as good as I do it. Gotcha. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's technically on me.
Yeah, we're just at a perfection level.
Right. It's technically on me not explaining it properly, but then I get frustrated with me not being able to explain it, and I just do it myself.
But you do accept the potential limitation that you cause for everything.
Right.
So
Miss Mixler say he be thinking too hard about stuff when I don't take it all that. I don't take all of that. I am a control freak. Say Lab is control freak. I am a control freak. I am guilty of these things. But what happens with me is I see the potential of what stuff can be, and I just want it to be that. If I got like Miss Mixalot and Slick, they all partners with me in this thing.
Yeah,
I don't mind putting on my shoulders and taking us to where we got to be, and then we all can ride this wave. But I see it, I feel it, but me explaining to them is difficult for me. Not for them to pick up, not because they're very intelligent women. It's just that my explaining it is not gonna be good. It's like you have an old shade tree mechanic. He can take them brakes off, put it back on, do all this other, take transmission out, everything, and do it fine without no problem. But him explaining to you how he just did that, he probably not gonna be able to do that.
It was funny. We just had had a attorney look over some contracts for some organization I'm in. And like I told him, I said, I want you to review these contracts, but most importantly, with your notes explained to us in English and not legal.
Right.
So we can interpret everything. I'm just, same thing when somebody talked to me about the taxes. When I go talk to a client, they need me to explain to them in English and not in accounting.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right.
So I totally get that piece.
Right. And attorneys have a hard time explaining to you in English because they see the legal jargon and they want to tell you legally.
Accountants do too.
Yeah,
accountants do too, and that's usually depending on where you are falling in line, gonna determine what kind of success you're gonna have. And if you're dealing with something where you have to be interacting with people, that's gonna be to your detriment. But if it's just something you're actually doing, just reading, then you may give it to another attorney to do that. No big deal. But if you're just like in the tax business, if you can't sit there and explain to people, what the hell that mean? Wow, why this, that, and that?
Right.
And you can't articulate that to them and stuff like that, you're going to have a problem.
Right.
Instead of, I had people come to me, well, my tax man told me the reason why I owe because I make too much money. Who the hell make too much money?
You sure he said that?
Yeah.
Right.
But they didn't know how to explain that to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, why that might have occurred and stuff like that. So those kind of things are very important. Again, we're talking about why entrepreneurs try to do everything. Another one is just money concerns. Believe that outsourcing the hiring is too expensive. Figure why pay someone when I can do it myself, my mindset. And I remember my dumb ass sitting at my salon years ago, stripping and waxing the floors. I wanted my boy Hodo run there, me and him doing it, poochie man, just do this, do that. And I'm sitting there like, man, I caught myself. That was my skill. So I ain't touched the damn floor since the Army.
Right.
And I'm in there just fucking them floors up.
Right.
Trying to save some money. Where I found a cat to do the floors in the shop for $150.
Oh, and they look good.
And my dumb ass sitting here renting, scrubbing, waxing.
You $300 in already.
Oh my God. It was horrible. Those kind of things, like, man, sometimes, and me and you have had these discussions in depth over the years. People have to understand, if you truly believe that, what your value is, people say it all the time, I'm worth this, I'm worth that. I charge $210 an hour for consultation. That's my rate, right? I don't waive on that or whatever. And we talk about, when we had a conversation about the landscape, I pay mine $70 every time I hit my yard.
Right.
I'm on about an acre.
Right.
I mean, you talk that time, you got these big scrubber bushes and all that stuff.
I'm cutting cords. I'm 5 hours cutting grass.
Hear guys all the time, well, man, I can save money by my own lawnmower, this, that, and that. Lawnmower gonna cost you a couple grand, weedies and all that stuff like that. It'll take you almost a year, 2 years to just break back even with the equipment you buy it yourself.
You still got in perpetuity cost of maintenance and gas.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
but even with that said, the time you lose doing that, those guys come cut my yard, 3 guys hit it, they in and out my yard in no more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're able to do probably about 30, 40 yards a day just because of that.
My landscaper do three yards in like 45 minutes. He do the yard across the street, the yard next door to me, and my yard in like 45 minutes.
Got the equipment, got the expertise, in and out. Poochie gonna be out there all day long. And I can't get that time back. I need to be out there making money.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be out there. I know I'm out there 4 hours at the minimum.
So when I'm trying to sit here and save $1 and everything, go do what you do best, go make money, and it's just a cost of living.
Right.
I've been on so many boards where, I can just tell you, just perfect. Just hit me in my head. As a younger person, about 10, 15 years ago, when we were switching everything digital, there were a lot of boys out there that was on with older people, smart, but they were just weren't up to date with technology,
right?
And they were just so crazy about getting checks from people, and then want to do digital charges or whatever,
right?
And not understanding that most people are using their phones. Nobody writes checks, and then you talking about riding around picking up checks.
Right.
We're losing money trying to do that.
Right.
But because they didn't want to embrace it, they were just holding us up with doing that. No, you cannot try to sit here, lose all this time driving around town to pick up this person check or pick up that person check, make them pay online, and them 2 or 3 people do that. We'll work, but they don't want to pay digitally. We'll work something out of. We pick them up.
Right.
But you just cannot. You have to sit here and just say, "This how these things are done." Right? And the more you try to just take on everything you want to print, I know cats they sell T-shirts. I mean, I have some T-shirts that I've got, but for the most part, it's digital.
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and buy all that damn equipment and press it.
Right.
So if I turn around,
then you got to take the time to learn how to even do that.
But I have to be honest with you, man. I'm sitting there, I look at some of these margins some of these guys are making. When I say margin, that's the revenue minus the cost of doing it. Hell, ain't too much off to me. I mean,
right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It seems like it's the same thing. It's on me to go get the traffic to go to the website and buy a shirt. But it's the same thing if it's on you to go do it. So if you print and package it and mail it to people.
Right. What's the difference?
I think it's easy to sell a damn link than turn around and be up all night. I'm not knocking anybody.
I get it, but
we're talking
about, you know your set, your mind, your skill set.
Yeah, and you be trying to kind of keep all the money, you really hold yourself up because you're tied into too much shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Trying to sit here and say that dollar, you're losing out because again, you the time you got.
Right.
You see $5, but your time might be worth $50.
Right.
But because you don't see your time,
so you $45 in the red.
Exactly.
Right.
But the dollar is tangible. You can see it. Your time not tangible. But if you really, really believe that, but you get what I'm saying?
I get
because I'm a firm believer. You're never gonna make the money you potentially can make unless you really truly believe what I just said about your time. See, some folks like, well, I feel like I should get this, I should have that. If you believe that, you don't wave on that.
Right.
You don't wave on that. You know what I'm saying? Cat called the other day on that bullshit.
Right.
Hey man, how much y'all charge for tax? I said, look, individual started at 4, business started at 6. Okay, let me call around. I'll call you back. Hour and a half later, this Tuesday. Hour and a half later, call back. Hey man, listen, I'll call. Just want to know when we got to set up an appointment. That's all right. I'm busy. I'm about to say F you on there. Right. No, hell no. You don't call around. Then you want to call. No, I don't want your. No, keep it. Yeah, because I know. At the end of the day, I believe it. I'm walking away from that. I don't give a damn what you want.
Let me give you a clap for that. Yeah. Because I tell DJs all the time, I do DJing too. DJ is my passion, boy. But I tell DJs all the time, you got to be able to walk away. You got to be able. You can't just take any job. The reason why I do and I make a decent amount of money DJing as a hobby is because I turn down a job. If I talk to someone, they call me and I say, well, it's going to be this amount of hour, and they don't say anything, then the next time I talk to them, it's going to be like, oh, too late, somebody already booked that. Yeah. And I may not have nothing, but I'm not going to go back and forth with you about this because I have enough job for one, and for two, you obviously don't want to pay my rate.
Yeah, and this ain't no hobby. This shit my livelihood.
Right. That's but I'm just saying in general, even if it was my livelihood, it'd be totally different. I wouldn't be we wouldn't be talking about all this. If you yes or no, I'm trying to move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? I got them lined, and I'm trying to get them lined up. But since it's my hobby, I tell people what the rate is, and I even give them a discount. I tell them this how much I cost, but since Poochie sent you, I'm a do this. If the next thing out your mouth need to be yes or no, because the more you say, let me call you back, somebody gonna take your spot every time.
Absolutely. Yeah, he called back. Yeah, man. When I set an appointment, man, I don't want your ass over here.
Right.
You gonna tell me, you know?
Now you gonna nickel and dime.
Ask me all these damn questions. Then you like, oh, let me call around.
Yeah.
You mad? You can't afford me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
Exactly.
No. So, no, keep your damn money. Keep your fucking money, man. And like I said, that belief of your value, that's when you'll make the money supposed, because you don't wave on it.
Right.
A lot of folks will sit here and say they worth, but they'll compromise it because you might feel, because things don't necessarily go as fast as you want. You know, I don't use desperate as the word, but you kind of back off of it because you need the money.
Right.
But what we always say, people's expectations do not drop with the price.
Right.
So if you know whatever you're doing is a $500 task, but you say, okay, I do it for $350, and then you got to go back and fix something that don't work. You can't throw in their face, well, it's you the $500, I did it for $350.
Right.
They don't give a shit about that
at all.
I paid you to do this. I don't give a shit. I don't care what you normally charge. You got to be realistic. Like, nah, man, that's too much work, dude. Because I always say, charge what you got to charge. If you have to go back and fix something, so go back and fix it, you don't mind, because you know the customer paid you, cool, everything good. Or you start doing this super discount, blue light special stuff. That's on you. Right. So, you know, again, we talking about why people try to do everything. Another one is just identity and pride, equating hard work with success. I have to grind 24/7 to be a real entrepreneur. You know, believing busy equal being productive.
You say that all the time.
Listen, man, you got to get out your damn way with this, man. I got to do this, and I got to. No, you don't.
Right.
No, you don't. I talk to kids all the time, man. You know, people pay me a lot of money just to use my damn head. And I ain't knocking nobody about certain stuff what it can and can't do. But look, man, you ain't got to be macho and masculine. I did this. Now, if you want to just work in the yard and feel, because it was very fulfilling to put the car plant in my yard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I liked it. It was my vision. Boom, 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 boom. But it does not make me feel like more of a man to go out there and cut my damn grass. Now, 20 years from now, when I'm retired, grandbabies running around, and hey, you know, and I have nothing to do but sit like some of my neighbors. They cut their yard 3 times a week because they trying. I guess that's all they got going on, and they trying to win some ribbon contest.
Right.
And that's cool. But at the end of the day, like, I don't need to feel like, man, you can do that yourself. Man, do this. Man, do that. You got me fucked up. Like, I'm not.
Man got to feed his family too.
We got to be efficient.
Right.
We got to be efficient. And what I always tell people, especially when you want to be an entrepreneur, when we start talking about trying to do everything, do not get your ass caught up in these $10 an hour jobs. And what I mean by $10 an hour tasks, what I mean by that is you trying to sit here and call everybody. You trying to sit here and print everything. You trying to sit here and package everything. You trying to sit here and mail everything. You need to get somebody to do that. Kid, person, this, that, and that, however you want to package it. Because at the end of the day, that 2 or 3 hours that you lose in doing all that kind of stuff, you missing it. We got to go and make your real money on your tasks. You get what I'm saying?
I get
it. And you got to be realistic about that. You know, those kind of tasks, calling folks, printing, posting, and all that kind of stuff. What the fuck you gonna do that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was sitting there having a conversation with somebody, so one of my children just like, well, I can do this, I can do that. Dog, when you gonna do it?
Right.
When would you have the time to do it? I hear what you're saying. What you gonna do for the business? Excuse me, but I'm sitting here like, when would you have time to do it?
Right.
You're saying theoretically what you can do, which is right. But in the constraints of life, i.e. family, i.e. job, i.e. time, when would you have time to do that?
Right.
And we all got to be realistic about ourselves. You sitting there trying to keep $5-10 in your pocket, trying to get it right. Well, hey man, I feel more empowered. I do it myself. That shit, you're going to be limited. You'll never be able to do everything you need to do because you get caught up into it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question though, and you might be covering this. I was trying to look and see. Do you think the business brand sometimes will make an entrepreneur do it themselves, like represent your brand? Like say you do taxes, you've been doing it for 20 years, and you get this army of people out there under your umbrella, and they just start doing all kind of old shady taxes. that messes up your brand. So sometimes you reel it back in because you don't want your brand tarnished. A lot of entrepreneurs build up a brand. Like we built up Misfits Radio and TV from nothing to a little bit of something, and we don't want people tarnishing that brand because when we do our podcast and all that stuff, we really don't have a whole bunch of mess. We really don't have a whole bunch of I hate to say ghetto stuff going on. So that's our brand. That's the type of brand we have. So we try to stay within that brand. So tarnishing the brand sometimes can make an entrepreneur just do things himself as well or herself as well.
Gotcha.
Do you agree?
Well, they're kind of going with his next one. The next item we start talking about, why don't you try to do everything? That lack of systems. No clear process in place, no delegating fields are harder than doing it yourself. And to that point, where you sit there, you sit and say that I can put the wrong people in place, start having certain, not necessarily the best practices. You got a proper system in place. You have checks and balances to catch it.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
At the end of the day, nobody can do shady stuff in my tax business because the system will catch you.
It's gonna shut it down.
You get what I'm saying? I'm saying somebody can't do nothing crazy on Misfits Radio, but sometimes the system gonna catch you, right? We can't. Some stuff can happen,
right?
But typically, if we have the proper framework in place,
it'll get caught.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, exactly.
And so those kind of things happen, and you gotta be careful. You go into a restaurant, you got the wrong, you got folks in on their phone and doing this, that, and that. If you have a system in place to check them. Like, hey man, look, somebody walking the floor checking these young folks, watch what they doing. But if the manager in the back flirting and doing all other kind of stuff,
right.
You get what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you're saying.
But we have a system in place where everybody can't do shit, but that
right.
We really got too much to worry about. But that's what things that happen when we start talking about not having the right systems in place. You know what I'm saying with that? So it's just something that and that was a great question, man. But a lot of times people miss that piece of it. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Because especially and again, if you're content with, hey, look, I'm a one-man show, and I do furniture repair, and I don't take any more than 5 a month.
Okay,
and this is all I do. The conversation's probably not applicable to you.
Right, and that's some business that I like that.
Exactly.
Right.
But if you start sitting there saying, like, I'm trying to do this, because again, what I just said happens all the time. People want to do certain things, but they are in and out of business so fast because they're trying to do it all, and it crushes them. Right? Because they couldn't deliver.
Yeah.
And then things get given to a customer that's substandard in regards to what the product or service they had. And so that's what we want to be able to avoid, being under them kind of position. Because again, understanding the capacity of you, what you can produce. And if you're looking to go past that, things you got to have in place. You can't try to do all this kind of stuff. I remember a guy like, I'm going to be a landscaper and want to do all these damn yards. Then you go back to, well, I can't cut your yard. I know I said I'm going to cut your yard on Tuesday. But I got caught up with the other folks' yard I was doing. Well, look, my party Wednesday. What you
got to do
mean?
with me? Right.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
But then in your mind, well, I had to do another yard. I ain't got a damn thing to do with me.
You say you're gonna be it too.
Exactly. And that's why I set my party for Wednesday. And that's the downfall. Guys are, well, I don't know what you expect. I'm a one-man operation. I don't give a This is the crazy shit people say.
That's true.
And expect people to be empathetic and understanding to it, but they end up killing you. Now you done lost your customer. And the person that you worked a little longer for, they may have been a bigger job, but it may have been a one-time job. The other customer coming every month. That's why we don't want to sit here and overstand ourselves, put ourselves in bad positions like that. Why don't have any conversations?
What in your opinion, what is some of the reasons that entrepreneurs don't think like you just said? Like, yeah, you might have this customer that's a big yard, a big amount of money, but it might be only one-time thing where it's this customer that you got that's been coming to you for 2 years. It's a constant every month thing, and they don't calculate that up. They just, like a lot of times entrepreneurs we're guilty of, we just see the big dollar amount right then. We don't even think about the dollar amount that we didn't got from this other customer for 2 years has tripled this dollar amount that we get this one time.
In my personal opinion, I think the reason why a lot of people miss that piece of it from a vision perspective, looking at big picture, most of the time, the business that they get into, they're inexperienced with it.
Mm.
And what I mean by inexperienced, not you know how to cut grass, but you'll have a lot of experience working, like I said, for a landscaping company, dealing with customers, understand that aspect. And a lot of times people get into something, well, I'm going to go because they cut their grass good, they're pretty good at it.
Right.
And they did their neighbor grass, and they pretty good, right, at doing it, or painting, right? But they haven't had a lot of conversation with customers to understand relationship-wise things like that. But they may know the task, right? But they don't know the business side of it. And the way you circumvent that is experience. Like if you work in Applebee's or Longhorn or whatever, you get some restaurant experience dealing with customers and understanding this and understanding that. You work for a Roto-Rooter, you work for a painting company, work for a Janet King, Janet Pro. You're actually doing it in a system-wise, seeing it. Depending on what level you get, you may have some kind of customer interactions. You learn that.
Okay.
But if you just turn around and do it because you know how to do it, you missed that. See,
you missed that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You missed the interaction with customers, and you also missed maybe something. If you just do it, you missed the office stuff, the receivables and the expenses and all that stuff, and that can hurt your business as well.
See what people don't get a lot of time. All education don't come to classroom. Some education gonna be with experience. And when you don't turn around and get experience with doing certain things, that shit come backfire in your face. Because you be so quick to say, "Oh, I can go do this. I don't necessarily need to have that skill set. I don't need to go to college. I don't need to do this, that, and that." And you don't. But some pieces you're gonna miss. Make sense?
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was the kind of thing. That's why I'm a big proponent. Excuse me, about when people want to go into business. Go get some kind of experience if you don't already have it about that particular thing. I would never recommend opening up a restaurant because you know how to cook and you have not worked in a restaurant already.
Right.
You're not going in the restaurant to learn how to cook. You're going to the restaurant to learn how to, from an operations standpoint, to run a restaurant, dealing with customers, how to sit there and stage things in regards to food costs, management, just that whole cycle from entry, processing, sitting down, eating, getting them out, charging them, sending them on their way, and making focus on retaining, coming back, they had a good experience, all that shit is science, right?
Right.
Learning that, like you said, the food costs, just understanding that we buy, these buckets of chicken, it should bring back X amount of dollars back, and it should we got to order enough so we don't over purchase it for this shit spoil,
right?
And we got to throw it away or whatever. All that stuff got to be known, but if you work in a place like that, you'll learn that. And those kind of things, I think people, because impatience, a lot of times, people figure, I ain't got time for that, I ain't got time to sit there and do all that stuff, I want to do this now. And that kind of shit will you look white folks in the butt because they don't want to do that, because they feel they got it, Some of the costs of doing everything, number one, burnout and exhaustion.
That's number one.
What's up, Henry? My man, Hen Dog 37. What's going on, bro? Brother, I owe you one of these. You ain't come to the Claire reunion, dog. Come on, Henry. I ain't see you at the Claire reunion, dog. Got love for you, brother. But hey, man, reach out to me, brother, man. I appreciate you tuning in. Reach out to me if you want to get a T-shirt. Shoot me inbox. I'll give you my phone number, man. But we do got and I talk about the end of the show. We are having a thing with the Falcons. When the Falcons play the Washington Commanders, September 28th, that Sunday. All us Class 95 going to be at the tailgate party with Go Party Bus. Hit me up in my inbox, brother. I give you the details, man. I love how you come out there, man. My boy Henry Stanley. Boy, appreciate tuning in.
Slick say it's hard to have a business and you the only one who knows how to do the job.
So great point. So you need to find time to do it. I mean, I made my day. He done poke that. My son Christopher, Daddy wasn't ready to do taxes. I know you're ready. So it's on Poochie now to sit here and say, well, look, Christopher, these are the things I want you to learn. You know what I'm saying? These, bro, so I got you. Thanks, Henry. These are the things I want you to learn. Focus on this. Now I can give it to him in steps. And make him feel empowered, not my gopher. to go this, that, and that. And now, okay,
That's
cool.
important. That's important.
The game plan now, my son learning it, retaining it, processing, having his interest. Because it came to me 2 or 3 times. Dad, I'm ready to do it. Dad, I'm ready to do it. All right, cool.
Now it's on you.
Now, yeah. So now it's on me to slick points. Now it's okay, cool. Let me empower you with this information, so you're not necessarily doing tasks. You actually got assignments where you actually understand. You got to think. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got to think. Non-thinking tasks are what? Taking out the trash, making copies, stapling, stuffing envelopes.
Right.
Okay, but if you're going through getting a list of all the customers who's make a list who have birthdays, and so we had a system send them birthday texts or birthday emails, or we sitting there getting everything together with everybody that need to be getting mailings from in different states. Now you're thinking; those are thinking tasks, right?
Right.
Empowered to understand how things go. So that's on me to pump the brakes and get that stuff set up for Chris, man. But I'm glad he did that. But like I said, you try to do it. The cost of trying to do everything, that burnout and exhaustion. We mentioned earlier, slower growth, because you're stuck in daily tasks and not strategy. When we start thinking about strategy, one key thing we look at the military, and people say, well, the officers don't do the work, or enlisted do the work. Remember, when we start talking to officers and stuff, it's all about strategy and design and planning. And enlisted, they just
implement the plan.
That's it. Implement, execute.
Right.
That's it. And then that's the thing of it is, the CEO is strategizing.
Right.
Right. But then you have everybody else in there executing. But it's on the CEO to build the right framework for everybody to learn and carry out your vision. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no damn, circles where I just think everybody can grasp what's in my brain.
Right.
And say, hey, this is how I want my business to go.
Right.
You don't get it? You can't see it? Hell no. You know what I'm saying?
You can't look on the vision board.
Exactly. So you sitting there fussing with your child, fussing with all the other people that are working for you and stuff like that. You have to find a better way to design how you're going to, train, how you're going to sit here, explain, and design, those kind of things, right? When you go to any new job, right, they give you that cut or employee handbook,
right,
rules and stuff like that. You got to do the same thing with your business.
There you go.
It's at a different level, a different scale.
Hey, Mom.
We're doing it. What's going on, Mom?
Hey, Mom came
Mom's
in at 9 o'clock.
Mom's pretty late now. What you doing?
What you been doing, Mama?
What were you doing? But you just got to be able to create that same thing for people. Also, missed opportunities because you're too busy working in your business instead of on the business. Too busy working in the business instead of on the business. CEOs, we got to plan, we got to strategize, we got to devise. We can't get caught doing everything. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you got to roll your sleeves up and get out there and get dirty. But you also, most importantly, got to be able to devise and design how things are going to go. Poor customer experience from drop balls or lack of focus happens all the time. I've even had to learn, like, over the years, like, the person called Deonte, cat called about a week ago. Said, hey, look, D, man, I need this particular thing done. Can you take care of it for me? I can take care of it. I just can't take care of it. You need it done in a week.
Right.
I can do it over 2 weeks.
Right.
Man, I need this stuff done today, man. You don't know, because I still got other stuff going.
Right.
Do it over 2 weeks.
Right.
I can't do it over a week.
Right.
Right? Well, man, I can pay you a little bit more. I get it. I still can't do it.
I know, yeah. Right. And see, a lot of entrepreneurs will take that money and stress themselves out.
Stress themselves out and under-deliver, and they got a mad customer. They're saying, don't go to Poochie. Don't deal with them. Don't let them, don't deal with them, man. I gave my money or whatever. I can't have a defense saying that, well, look, man, I told him, that, I ain't really have time. I told him I need a little more time. I should have said, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I shouldn't have said yes.
That's one of them things. Like, we got that event on Saturday, the 27th, and I had somebody call me to DJ like that evening, and they wanted me to start at like 8, and I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't do it. Like, I could probably, I just don't want to be rushed, for one, and for two, I get that set up, get everything going. It's gonna take me at least an hour for that. You want the party started now? I don't leave here to 6. I got to get there to you. I just can't do it. It's not possible.
Yeah, you don't know if you got an overage at the place you at.
Right.
Oh, we're doing it. No, I get it. But those kind of things, you have to be realistic with people, because, and that's wrong sometimes to call a person, even though they may be disappointed, they may want to just quit or leave or just whatever. Hey, man, look, I know I told you Friday, man, this gonna be a little,
Mhm.
little longer.
Right.
Hey, that's not a Thursday call.
Yeah, that's a Monday call.
Yes, sir. Ain't no Thursday call.
Well, they wait till Thursday because they trying to see if I push this, if I do this 24-hour push, I might get it.
No.
It never works out that way.
No. But if that's the case, you call Monday, and if you can get it done early, you do it.
Right.
But you let people know and get them uncomfortable conversations out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to get this damn TikTok live thing going for.
It won't go.
Well, the live is working, but just boosting the live. I got to do a little bit more homework on that. I've been doing a lot of reading, but those kind of things people got to keep in mind. Tonight's show we're talking about, stop trying to do everything in your business. We talk about a particular reason why people do it. We just talk about the effects of doing it. The reason why people try to do everything in their business, and we mentioned the effects of it. So now what I'm gonna do is give you guys some solutions on how to break the cycle. Okay. Again, guys, you got any questions or comments or any experience, feel free to share them. 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. And some of the solutions to break the cycle is number one, tell people all the time, audit your time. Write down what you do daily. Highlight what only you can do, your vision, your strategy, and leadership. Everything else, and candidate for delegation.
Right.
Write that stuff down. Break it down. Like I did the video, a great video, guys. Check out on Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube where I broke down, how I schedule my day as an entrepreneur. Where I went down all the tasks I do for the week, broke it down by number of priority, and then laid everything out.
You real good at that scheduling stuff. I do it too. Now I've been working on me. I've been working on me and my scheduling. You inspired me to do better.
I live by this because I'm not at work where everything's structured for me, so I got to be extremely structured myself. And the same thing you got to do, regardless of the level of business. You full-time entrepreneur or you're doing a part-time, you still got to have some kind of structure. So again, audit your time. Next, you start small with outsourcing. Hire a virtual assistant for admin tasks. You use freelancers for design, bookkeeping, and marketing. Fiverr, Upwork. Can't stress to you enough. Make sure you go to my YouTube channel. I got links for discount services with Fiverr and stuff. But I've used Fiverr and Upwork. Those are freelance websites. Definitely, I can't stress to you enough.
The best.
And let me put in perspective. I got the design for our class reunion last month. Cat in India. I mean, hit him up, paid him $25. Probably 12 hours later, had a couple designs to look at, and there's no way in the hell that I would have came up with that.
Right.
For $25.
Right.
And I just did another one with the new Mr. Short Dollar shirts. Same cat, paid him $33, gave me 4 different designs.
Right.
Come on now.
Hey, can't beat it.
And then El Cheapo been on damn Canva trying to do something, and that shit would have looked like.
Right.
So just look for that. Outsource 5 hours a week, and you probably see a difference. Remember what I said, guys. Those $10 damn tasks that your ass doing. Those $10 tasks. You like, man, why am I doing this shit?
Right.
Posting, screening, calling, and all that kind of stuff. Free your ass up, like them, because that's probably 5 hours of stuff during the week that you sit there and say, "Why am I doing this shit?
Right.
I can't be doing this." And it's hell holding you up, and it probably can burn you out with some of the stuff that you need to be doing, for the main thing. But just you'll be amazed how much shit get freed up with your mind, your life, your business. If you probably outsource 5 hours a week, okay?
And social media helps you post now. That you can schedule that stuff a week out.
Absolutely, but even you just paying somebody in India or somebody in the Philippines,
right?
$40.
Yeah,
there you go. Come on,
a hot 40.
They set that whole schedule, so
right.
just something to kind of keep in mind. Next one is just build systems and SOPs, the standard procedures. Document repeatable tasks so others can follow them. Some helpful tools, Google Docs, Loom, which help with screen recordings, or Notion. Guys, I've talked about it all the time in regards to using technology to help you streamline a lot of your tasks. The Google calendars and stuff like that, man, take advantage of it. The Google Docs, Jot, Google Forms, all this kind of stuff you can just set up. Whereas it's that infinity. We use StreamYard, we use Hootsuite, all these kind of things I got in place because me being self-employed entrepreneur, it helps me automate a lot of those tasks, right? So you might say, well, damn, I got to pay. I got the free version of this. The free version gonna do free version shit.
Right. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Free version only do free version stuff.
So you might need to pay that $10-$20 a month to get the stuff done, to be more efficient, to be more effective. It's something to kind of keep in mind. Kind of going what we just said, leverage our technology, automate invoicing, scheduling, marketing, QuickBooks, Calendly, Zapier. I use Acuity. My scheduling. We're doing that, guys. That's where I set up with people. Set up appointments. I got 3 bookings this today. Just was setting that up. Hey, people, guys, y'all need an appointment. You need some consulting or whatever. Text me the link, whatever. Boom, you on the schedule. God bless America.
That's right. Done and done.
Stop trying to do everything, guys. Take advantage of it. Leverage that stuff out. You got to shift your mindset. Think like a CEO and not an employee. Think like a CEO and not an employee. Your job is to steer the ship, not roll every oar. Get out your way.
Get out your own way.
Get out your own way. Get out your own way.
As a fellow entrepreneur, I can tell you, getting out your own way sometimes it's difficult. I'm throwing this stuff in here about my guiltiness of being someone who does it all, who tries to do it all himself, and I know I'm guilty of it. And I do it a lot. But, you try to get out your own way and you try to say, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let somebody else do that. I'll let somebody else do that. Then you start thinking about, I'm telling you from an entrepreneur's mindset, you're an entrepreneur, too. You start thinking like, yeah, by the time I spend this time telling them, explaining to them, and then they might not even do it the way I want. I've seen it being done. I can just do it myself. And we all are guilty of that. And that's how we don't get out of our way.
But here's the deal, Lab. And I can understand that. But see, be uncomfortable trying to train and teach for a couple of days so you can be free for months and years
at a time.
You get what I'm saying?
One of the rappers, Tyler the Creator, says, all these rappers make all this music and they never put it out because they want to get the big rollout. They want to get this. Just put it out. He said, a lot of times we stagnate ourselves. He said exactly what you're saying. A lot of times artists stagnate themselves because they just don't put it out. They just don't put this out. Just put it out. You never know what's going to happen.
Stay in your way.
Right. He said you stay in your way. You stunt your growth by not just putting the music out.
Yeah.
Those
one of the things, like, I'm going to be real with you, man. When we sit there, again, we're trying to do everything. We're trying to make sure everything, set a certain way. We made no progress whatsoever because, again, we're trying so stuck on this how I want it, this how I want it. It's gonna work. Guys got to understand something. The more you try to do everything, the less your business gonna grow. The more you try to do everything, the less your business gonna grow. But I tell you something, freedom gonna come from your focus. The more you lasered in and dialed in about stuff, that's when that freedom comes in, right? But when you sit there and say, it don't come from trying to do everything yourself. Well, people look at me a lot of time. Well, Poochie, you can do this. You your own boss and all that. You your own boss and you should be able to do this, that. That's not
how that works.
I spend a lot of time by myself, by my damn self, strategizing and planning out how I want stuff to roll out. If I got to do this, or get this person do that, if I got to call this, got to set this up. I spend a lot of times drafting out the blueprint, and then how I get implemented. That's how I get implemented. My checks, that whatever. People that know me, that's what I do. Not that I'm saying stuck on doing things. You gotta be realistic. Like I said, if you just look at it from like a hobby perspective, like I just want to do a couple of these, and, just keep a little money in my pocket. That's cool. I get it. When we start talking about, hey, I want to actually go in business, and I want to grow and scale. Again, you got to be realistic of what you are. You know what I'm saying? You got to be realistic of what you come to the table with. Your 2 arms, your 2 legs, and your 24 hours in a day.
That's it.
And you're going to be restricted with that. So you got to be smart about stuff, guys. I can't stress that to you enough. So with that said, man, I just really want people to focus on certain things. If you're here, you want to be a certain way. And I tell people all the time. We start talking about drafting goals and doing certain things. Whereas you have that destination and you draw backwards from the goal to see, okay,
The
for me to
steps.
be here, these are things I got to do to accumulate to get there. You got to be realistic about, okay, is that a journey that I can do, or is that a journey I'm gonna need people to help me with? Is that a journey I'm gonna need certain things in place to help me do that? And be real with it. It's not you ain't meant defeat. You're being smart,
Right.
with that, because again, it's nothing like losing all your shit because of stuff you didn't do.
Right. Properly.
And again, why do that?
That's true.
Why do that? You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I just really want kind of everybody to be thinking about. With that though. So with that said, like, what you gonna work on, man? What you gonna be working on?
I have to learn how to let go of some of this stuff.
You gotta let go of some of this
let
stuff.
go of some of it. But no buts. I gotta let go of some of it.
So okay, so with that said, let's do lab gonna be the case study.
Okay.
Lab said we're gonna let go of some stuff. So how do you plan on letting go of some stuff? What would be now listen, when I ask that question, I'm not saying I'm not gonna email, I'm not gonna paint, I'm not the task. We deal in the framework. So you say, okay, I'm gonna let go of some of this stuff. What is your strategy you have? Not the stuff, but what is your plan to do it?
Well,
that makes sense. What I'm saying,
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I really probably need to do an internship. Try to show someone like internship. Because my perspective partners have their own stuff they do. They do Slick does social media. That's how she grown Westside Misfits from 0 to 80,000. Donna, she goes outside. She goes to places and meet people and talk to folks and collab on. She's a people person. I'm not. So that's her portion. So those things are very important. And I'm down here with the podcast people doing this technical stuff and getting the stuff where it needs to be and stuff like that. But the part I need to get somebody else to do is the marketing. Because I'm guilty of doing marketing too, but I don't do it well. I'm not good at marketing. So I need someone else to take over the marketing. And I'm talking about marketing where not just digital ground game type stuff, going around talking to people, shaking hands, passing out cards, giving out promo information, sponsorship stuff. I need somebody to do that part.
Okay. Now, you said this. I'm gonna give my brother some of that $210 treatment for free.
Okay.
Okay. So now this is where the problem is gonna come up with what you just said. Don't look at it from I need somebody to go out here and do the marketing. You do need somebody to go do the marketing. The task is framework out how you want that to be done. Because what'll happen, you'll have somebody to go do the marketing. And what's going to happen is what keep happening. You're going to have them do that, and you're going to keep going back and forth with them because they're not doing the way you want it to do.
That's so true.
So you got to sit here and draw the framework. So if you say, look, spend your time saying, okay, it's the marketing. Who do I want to market to? I want to hit radio stations. We're just talking about.
Right.
Schools. I want to hit restaurants, this, that, and that. And who do you want to hit it to? I want to hit them in this area, that area, da. I want to be these kind of places, this, that, and that. I want somebody hitting them 2 or 3 days a week, this, that, and that. You write all that shit down.
Oh, that's a little drilled down. That's a little bit more drilled down than I was thinking. But I get what you're saying.
The person that got it
know what to do.
They know what to do.
And they can't veer from the process.
Exactly. I got you. Okay. Exactly.
I'm working on that tonight.
That's that $210 an hour.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why. Hey, that ain't 4.9 Google reviews.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That way you're not giving them something and you back and forth.
They're doing it the way they think they work out. Right.
You spend your time. This is what the hell I want done.
And then that way, when they do it, they mess it up or do it the way they think it's supposed to be done. I can say, what the paper say?
But see, when you do it that way, Lab, you now have to go back doing it. But when you don't do that, just give them the task without an instruction framework. That's why we have your job. That's why they give you the employee handbook. All that shit said. They'll just tell you to do it.
You're
working the damn
today.
What's the shit? Silicon Valley, you out there and Google and all that with they rollerblading,
right?
And all that. Yeah, they just give you a task
and
you just figure it out.
Yeah.
But that's what they want. That they want free thinkers and stuff.
Right.
You say this is how I want the marketing. You need to say you're gonna have to sit here and draft that framework out, brother, and sit here and do it. But when you do it, you just have to do it at one time. But then at that point, okay, they already know they need to hit these places 3 days a week. These are the places they need to go to. This is the information they need to give. These are the questions they need to ask. You got all that shit done for them. Okay. So they don't have to do that much thinking. They just have to do what? Execute. So you get what I'm saying?
I did.
That's all you got to do, Lab.
Okay.
That's all you got to do.
I got it.
You know what I'm saying? And don't miss out.
And it's not a hard framework.
No. But you see how things get missed if you pay somebody to do something and they go doing it. That ain't where I want you to go.
I didn't want you. I didn't want you to North Carolina.
Yeah, I didn't want you going. But those people don't listen to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So those kind of things. What we got training code says. My takeaway: think like a CEO and not an employee. There you go.
There you go.
Big picture. That's the thing about it. And it's hard to not necessarily get caught into that if you ain't been thinking like that. It is very hard. So I always tell people just spend a little time just kind of looking at big picture. You know what I'm saying? You know that's the thing about it. You can't, some stuff you can't get caught into with doing certain things, man. So Lab good on the market.
I'm good.
That's all I had to hear, bro.
I'm good.
Hey, listen, let's run a couple things about y'all real quick. Housekeeping. Next Saturday, September 28th, Misfits Radio. We're gonna Westside Misfits. We're gonna have our first annual day party.
27th.
I'm sorry. The 27th. So appreciate it, Lab. Saturday, September 27th at Boss Big Studio and Kitchen on Fathom Road. Y'all can Google Boss, BOSK. That's going to be from
2 to 6.
2 to 6. That's going to be a day party. All the radio show, the different shows from the radio station to be there. You come meet us, talk to us, and everything. We'll be giving out different merch and information about our shows and stuff like that. Come holler at your boy, man. Come holler at your boy.
Right.
And everything. I'm going to have copies of my book.
Right.
Short dollars and cents. Guys, and listen, guys. TikTok, I'll be having the TikTok store. Y'all can go purchase this now. It's already on Amazon, so the link gonna be. Like this is the first week we've been rolling everything out, so all the hard stuff is gonna be start coming out next week. But this will be in the TikTok stores starting next week. Anybody want to get it? We got that, but definitely come out there next Saturday. You can get a book, get a signed copy, take a picture with it and everything. And I have multiple ones you can buy and take it to the people. So,
right.
Do all that good stuff. Also, man, me, the class president for Charles Lincoln Hall Pie, class 95, we just recently had our 30th year class reunion. We were just invited by the people at Go-Go Party Bus, my dear classmate Farrah Calloway, the operation manager. So we were invited to their annual, I think the anniversary tailgate thing now. Everything free. Free food, free liquor.
Right.
And they done expanded it. It's gonna be some performers. And guess what? We're gonna have ours truly, DJ Lab on the ones and twos.
That's right.
Performing. Hey, listen, man. Hey, I just talked to Farrah today. The only cost is gonna be your time. Free food, free liquor, free performing. They're gonna have all the different party buses. So you ever looking to acquire a party bus, Go-Go Party Bus gonna have some of the buses out there, so you can check them out, see how they are and stuff like that. Couple the buses from that fleet. But man, that's next Sunday, September 28th. But again, check us out next Saturday, September 27th, from 2 to 6 at Boss Biggle Studio and Kitchen. That's BOSK on Fathom Road in Atlanta. You can Google BOSK. But check us out, 2 to 6, man. Everybody from the radio station be there. We'd love to see you guys. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate our love and support. Real quick, y'all, we had 94,000 subscribers on Mr. Short Dollar.
Right.
Get your ass over there and subscribe.
Got a couple more months to get to that 1K, 100K. Y'all can do this, man.
We'll be there soon.
Y'all can do this.
What is that, church? Soon and very soon. We are going. Yeah. Well, lightning come up. But listen, man, been fun tonight. Love you all. Is there anything I'm forgetting, Lab?
Let me think.
I don't think it's network.
I don't think so. You said everything you wanted to say.
Okay, cool. Well, look, love you all. Be safe. Hope you enjoyed the show. Take care. And if you've got anything, go to Mr. Short on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Check out this video. Leave your question, anything like that in the comments. Hey, man, I came on tail end of the show. Just want to, some certain things about, my time I'm losing. Go check this video out in full entirety. Leave a question in the comments. And I promise you, I'll get back with you. Mm-hmm. Y'all take care. Love you. Be safe. And I'll talk with you soon.